It seems hard to imagine that a short time ago this peaceful place was a scene of terror. In the fall of 1998, and again in the spring of 1999, Yugoslav President Slobodan Milosevic ordered his soldiers to storm the cities and villages of Kosovo, inhabited mainly by ethnic Albanians. The intent, ethnic cleansing, to force Albanians out of the land their ancestors had occupied for centuries. Families were given 5 minutes to flee or die. Some of the elderly were too frail to make the trip and said final goodbyes to family members in split seconds. Villagers fled by every means available. A few had automobiles, but many piled into wagons hauled by small tractors. Most of them walked for days to the borders of Albania or Macedonia. Men, women, and children perished. Some died of exposure, others at the hands of soldiers who patrolled the convoy of evacuees. The village of Semetesht in south-central Kosovo is one of hundreds that suffered this fate. Semetesht was home to 162 families. 150 of the houses were destroyed, burned. The school that served 350 students was demolished. After the soldiers were finished with Semetesht, only stucco walls remained, and often not even that much. Remarkably, today, Semetesht is not a sad place. The faces of the people are happy. They thank NATO for intervening. Because of NATO's continued presence, because the world is watching, the Albanians were able to return to their beloved land. They are rebuilding their lives, and it is their hope to integrate Kosovo into the modern world. Lifetouch became involved with Kosovo in the summer of 1999 when the evacuees were still in refugee camps. A Minnesota pastor, Rick Trank, was headed to a refugee camp in Albania. Because the Kosovars had been stripped of all identification, they needed photo IDs as official documents, and he asked a neighbor who worked for Lifetouch if Lifetouch could help. LNSS sent Polaroid film, cameras, and ID kits with Pastor Drank.
And one of the things we thought was, taking pictures is such an important thing. And all these people had lost all of their personal belongings, pictures, ID cards, and everything. And that's when I began to think of people, and I had some good friends at Lifetouch. And I thought, well, maybe I could call them and see is there any way that they could help us, not only taking pictures of these people, but also helping in this process of making ID cards for literally thousands of people. And Lifetouch came through by getting some cameras and things lined up.
When Lifetouch learned of a follow-up opportunity to participate in a volunteer project in Kosovo organized by World Servants, LNSS decided to sponsor a group of volunteers. In addition to working with World Servants people to rebuild homes, Lifetouch volunteers would be on a memory mission. photographing all the school children and each family in the village of Semotest. Lifetouch Publishing also offered to publish a memory book. The response to an invitation to apply as a volunteer was overwhelming. Nearly 100 Lifetouch employees with photography experience entered their names in a drawing held in April. It would be up to 9 volunteers to represent Lifetouch in Kosovo.
Yes, yes, yes. It was just the most fantastic feeling in the world. I just couldn't believe it.
This is a great opportunity for me to just give some of the love that I have to the people that needs it.
I thought the photography was a great thing. I thought the company was offering a great service.
And the only thing that would have stopped me is my son graduated. And I'm sitting there and going, after I get off the phone, I better find out when he graduates because that's going to be really tough to miss.
An adventure, a challenge, an opportunity to make a difference. The Kosovo Memory Mission would be all of this to the volunteers. Most didn't know what to expect.
My expectations, mixed. I was looking for just ruins, extremely poor people that was looking for help, and when I got here it was entirely different. The homes are great. The smiles that I saw on the faces of the children when I photographed them.
Nie, 2, 3. Ah, mir.
Something else that touched me is we were out in this field that seemed like we walked for miles to get to it to take the kids' pictures. And we had went in through a cornfield, over a little stream, through puddles, and kids came down the hill, and it was just touching to see them coming, and they're walking hand in hand down the hill.
Yes.
The value of a photograph, it's a memory.
Kemi 3 grupe. Një grup rrin kam, një grup tjetër ngjoj, grupi tjetër ulet.
Shumë mirë. Ka një.
Yes. And then the other thing is that the families, the homes that we ran around to photograph, that will stay with me from now until I leave. I can't say more from that.
Are you zooming it out a little bit more?
Yeah.
I had it out and then I brought it in a little.
To the people of Kosovo, home is much more than a house. It is a heritage, the land that's been in their families for generation after generation. Many Kosovar families have occupied the same plots of land for hundreds of years. Lifetouch photographers walked from home to home throughout Semotest, photographing more than 140 families at each of their homes.
Okay, again, right here. That's good. Hold it. Flutra. Here we go. Cash.
One more?
60 years married, and 4 generations, 37 family members, and they've lived on this land for generations and generations. So long they don't even know how long. Baba.
Me vite të tëra ai na ka shëndu këtu në Kosovë. Po, me ndihmën e juve, Serpi ka shkuar në Serbia.
Musli is going to do all my micro-Z training for me this year.
Yes.
Is that it?
That's it.
It's been interesting to have Lifetouch people here doing photography. They've gone from the top of the village down through the bottom, taking pictures of families. One of the things that's touched me in watching this whole process is that photographers haven't stayed behind the cameras. They've gotten involved with people, built relationships, and seen it as much more than just taking pictures. I think that this is a great gift that Lifetouch is giving back to the community by being here and photographing. And pictures help with personal identity.
I would like people to know at the lab, no matter what you do, you're a part of the end result, which is bringing these memories to people. And I'm going to do the best I can to see that happen.
The sadness will never leave their heart, but the photograph to them is the continuity of their traditions.
For a period of 10 long years, the people of Kosovo have been victims of oppression and aggression. It's no wonder they were so deeply touched by the fact that people who didn't even know them cared enough to travel all the way across an ocean to help, to bring water and electricity into their homes, install windows and doors, spend time with them, listen to their stories, play with their children, be their guests for Turkish coffee, provide portraits that would mark a new beginning in their history, cry with them, laugh with them. All of this bolstered the spirit of the Kosovars immensely. But the volunteers say that what they gave was nothing compared to what they gained.
That's what it's all about. You do the hokey pokey.
The best part of being here is just take a look right here. The kids, their smiles, their fun. Emery and me, they've been wonderful. I'm the king of the world. Yay!
Being able to photograph the children and the families here and them actually appreciating it more because we're here for them to take their pictures. It's a really good feeling.
You have a cell phone, have to take a cell phone.
This whole experience has been an enlightenment for me. I see so many things now and just realize that the smallest things in life are the most precious. We, back in America, I think, lose sight of what's important in life: family, love, compassion, helping one another.
What I learned from these people are that it is right to give of the heart, that love is just a gift.
I think if I could just bring back a part, 1/10 of the imagery that I've seen here, and just let people know that these people are just like us, that's going to be enough for me.
Across continents, throughout civilizations, and spanning all time, the family of man shares values that are changeless. The importance of love, friendship, family, and memories. Who can say what memories a portrait evokes? What feelings it will stir? What love it will recall? A young woman from Kosovo received a Lifetouch portrait that's imprinted her heart forever. It happened like this. A Lifetouch couple, Steve and Holly Sui, went to Semitesht as World Servants volunteers 6 weeks before the Lifetouch team went in June. While there, they made friends with a young woman, an English translator named Lindita. One evening, Lindita shared her tragic story. When the soldiers stormed her town, her parents had been executed in their home. Steve asked Lindita if she had any pictures of her mother and father. Knowing what marvels Lifetouch can work with digital technology, he told her that even if the photos had been damaged, Lifetouch could restore them and make copies for her family members. Lindita replied that most of the pictures had been burned. She had only a few snapshots. She didn't even have a photo of her two parents together. So Steve brought the snapshots back to Maranatha Wilson in Lifetouch corporate photography. Maranatha poured her heart into the project, creating a beautiful portrait of the couple. Lifetouch volunteers brought several copies back for Lindita and her sister.
Now, there's something in here that the people at Lifetouch worked on, and they thought it was something very special for you because of what you've gone through, in the last year or so. And they wanted you to have this special picture. They worked on it, computer, digitally, and then they fixed it up. And they thought it would be a very nice memory for you to have of your parents. You can open it.
Lindita sent a letter to the Suis. It reads, "First of all, I would like to thank you for the photos. It was the best thing that somebody can give to me. You touched my heart very deep. The best memories that I have after the war are those days in Semitesh. My door is always open for you. With love, Lindita." Though many Kosovars have lost what it has taken a lifetime to build, they are not defeated. They derive their strength from intangibles: love of family, traditions, love of country, and the desire to progress. The people of Kosovo are a triumphant testimony of the human spirit, not only to survive, but to thrive. On behalf of the Lifetouch family, our volunteers wish to send a message to the families of Semitesh. We came to you as photographers, but left as part of your family. Your families joined in a preparation of a farewell feast, each family bringing their very best to the meal. One by one, each of you bid each of us goodbye and said that we would be in your hearts and souls forever. Dear people of Semitesh, we cannot erase your sad memories, but hope that our gift of portraits and a memory book will help replace them with happier memories. You also belong to our family, the Lifetouch family, and you will be in all our hearts forever.